where resources empower faculty,
where faculty can think like entrepreneurs,
and entrepreneurs can find partners and thrive,
where innovation leads to growth and solutions,
where enduring partnerships are forged with the private sector.
Penn Center for Innovation is a superconductor for our boundless creative energy. It unifies Penn's researchers and inventors, and it connects them like never before with visionary partners in the business community. With the Penn Center for Innovation, we will translate even more Penn ideas and discoveries into the products, ventures, and services that will change the way people live and thrive.
PCI engages more and more in complementary activities such as new venture creation and corporate partnering.
Penn faculty and leadership have confidently led the way by strongly supporting the creation of new ways to catalyze innovation
across the university, as well as to leverage Penn research and resources for real-world impact.
These factors led to the momentous decision to align and focus PCI efforts to enhance and integrate commercialization activities into a single
integrated organization, a one-stop shop, if you will, that streamlines the abilities of the private sector to interact with Penn faculty and researchers
and creates a unified service model to help university stakeholders engage in a wider array of commercial relationships with public and private sector partners.
The School of Design at UPenn is a place where innovation is at the center of our thinking and the center of what we do. Innovation, research, transferring what we learn and know into things that make life better is what we're all about.
The Penn Center for Innovation's mission is to empower ideas into becoming real-world solutions that return a benefit to society and create real economic opportunity. That translates into companies and jobs right here in Philadelphia.
Penn's not just a member of a global research community. We're a member of a local community. And we're surrounded by a corridor of intellectuals at neighboring colleges and universities, big and small. We can be a hotbed of innovation. We can be a hotbed of entrepreneurial activity. And I think PCI is going to fan those flames.
Patients around the world are waiting for new medicines. Pharmaceutical companies are here to develop them and deliver them. But the ideas for these new medicines are coming from institutions like Penn. PCI is the link that will bring those ideas out, put them in the hands of the pharmaceutical companies to take forward to get the patients. So the work that's being done here is very critical.
We're connectors. We build relationships between students, faculty, entrepreneurs, investors, and the private sector.
I think it's really very important for me, at least as a veterinarian and as a translational researcher, that novel techniques that we are evaluating in patients at the veterinary school are then made available to everybody, to all patients, my patients' dogs, around the country and around the world. That's absolutely key. So it is very important that we have a Center for Innovation that will enable these technologies to be applied.
In 2011, I was an entrepreneur in search of a business, and Charlie Johnson, the founder of Graphene Frontiers, was in search of a business manager. And through the connection and catalyst of PCI, they brought us together, and shortly thereafter I became the CEO of Graphene Frontiers. We've been making the world a safer and healthier place with graphene ever since.
PCI was instrumental in helping us form our first partnership with Penn and Gene's lab, and we look forward to many more years of collaboration and many more products ultimately to bring to patients.
We've already started working with PCI and Spark Therapeutics to bring our second target to clinical trial, and we're really excited for the day when, thanks to PCI and Spark Therapeutics, we'll be able to have a product which could help people who are blind.
Increasingly, the very best scientists aren't content with simply discovering things. They want to see their work translated into products that actually make a difference in people's lives. The creation of PCI is allowing Penn to recruit the very best scientists who want to translate and commercialize their discoveries.
I moved to the University of Pennsylvania to develop new cancer therapies. I found that here in Philadelphia we have the best infrastructure in the world to turn new experiments from the bench and translate them into trials in patients.
Our company's worked incredibly closely with the Penn Center of Innovation, and it's been very transformative in accelerating the technologies that we're co-developing.
The University of Pennsylvania has incredible intellectual property. I think it's both good for the economy and good for the university to think consciously about how to commercialize it. That's what the Penn Center for Innovation is all about.
As a physician, it's essential that the discoveries that we make in the laboratory are translated to improve care for patients. What PCI does is helps facilitate the transition of our discoveries in the lab into the marketplace.
Yeah, and Jim, there's absolutely no doubt that as the wonderful work in the Gene Therapy Institute progresses, that the partnerships that we can find and the collaborations that we can find from the bench to the bedside will accelerate and enable future opportunities for patients.
I see the future of Penn completely engaged in what's going on in innovation, and will make a difference in what we do for our students, what we do for our faculty, what we do for our alumni, and what we do in the world, because we're going to be looking at big questions and solving large problems and coming up with solutions that engage in an innovation ecosystem.
Moving forward, realizing the promise of the possible.
The Penn Center for Innovation is where the connection is made.
With a strong commitment from Penn leadership across all 12 schools, the Penn Center for Innovation is an integrated and accessible resource for engaging faculty and corporate partners alike.
The resources.
The entrepreneurs.
The investors.
The faculty.
The idea makers.
The visionaries.
The connection.
It's not about a place, it's where innovation lives, right here at Penn.
Because discovery at the University of Pennsylvania is not just about a place, it's about our people. It's about creativity and drive. It's about innovation, and innovation lives right here at Penn.